Oi to the oi, and quick little surprise hello to everyone. We didn't schedule this stream, and it was a cheeky last minute one. So I'm gonna put some stuff in the Discord. Let my Discordians know that we're going live and stuff. Dad, I believe, is just brushing his hair, which is I don't know who that's for. I don't know who he's seen, but he's brushed his hair and he's enjoying himself. Right, I'm just being silly. Let me get into general there. In fact, I'll put it in the other section, in the going live section. So how is everyone doing? How's everyone's night going? And a pleasant, happy, merry 9 o'clock to you too. It's been a fun couple of days so far. That stream, was it yesterday, day before? That was fucking brilliant. That was well fun. Right. Let me just type this.
Oh, not again. What the
What?
No, shut up, no.
Wait, I might be able to fix this one.
Oh, you think? Yeah, because it's probably something you broke.
Wait,
Michael, hello, sir. We're just doing a excuse me, we're doing a thing. Surprise thing. Because I don't know. What are we doing? I've no idea what's going on though, Michael. So if you've got any suggestions.
I'm trying to lower the resolution because I think it's on.
If you don't, I'll start doing sciencey stuff and that, you know what I'm like.
You've been doing sciencey stuff.
I would.
Right. Try that, Dad. Try your camera again.
Let me try my camera again. Boom, and there he was gone.
Right.
I'm still there.
Right, okay, so go to your settings.
I've got going to the settings. Yeah.
Yep. Go to your settings. Click the cog. Once you're on there, it'll say general, then camera. So click the camera.
General camera.
And then change your definition to high definition 720.
Do you know, how does it ever creep up there? Yay! How does it do that?
Turn your camera off and on.
Should I? Oh, fun on. Hang on, let me come out of this menu then. Off and on. Do I look wonderful?
We did it. Hey, Gillian, how are you doing? Oh. Hello, sir. Hello, kind sir. Right, I need you under the blanket. Get under the blanket. Come on. He loves it when he sits at the bottom of the bed or like on the floor there, and he'll look, and then I'm like, "Come on the bed if you want," and he's like, "That's not what I want," and then he'll look at the blanket, and he's like, "Do the thing," so then I have to do this. I have to go, right, come on then.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah. I'm going to push that a little bit over there.
So, in and out, quick 20-minute adventure. Nothing special.
No idea what's going on.
Did you just throw the blue steel at us? Did you just go out? Just go...
Who, me? Whom? Whom? Moi.
Throwing the blue steel at us.
So
what do you know, Dad? What have you been up to?
What?
What do you know? What have you been up to?
I know, Teddy Bear. I know practically nothing. I've seen. Where's that? Where is it? Where's your little? Because I'm going to talk about an auditor, and everybody knows which one it is. Well, everybody.
Oh, you want to do that? There, no worries.
Who shall we have a laugh at this evening? Somebody earned.
We should.
Spurs today. I'm sure you can guess in the chat who it is. We're gonna. Well, I'm gonna have a laugh at.
All right, but before we do, should we have pre-giggle giggles?
Can you put that? I guess the.
Yes, I can do.
Good man. Technologica.
Now, but in the meantime, while we're streaming, in the meantime, I was hoping maybe.
How could he go?
It's in the private chat, and I've decided I've just had a sudden thought, and it's a decision I've made just now. You
Oh shit!
always do that thing about the videos where you're like, come on, hurry up with the videos. So I'm going to let
Yeah,
you play.
come on, hurry up. So you're gonna what?
I'm going to let you click your own intro.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Right, okay. What's it under? Media assets or the other one?
Media assets.
Okay, and
Then you're going to go to video. Sorry, not video. You're going to go to, yeah, it is under videos. Yeah. That's that one.
oh.
So that's the Burke alert, but we're doing the rap lyrics, and the lyrics are in the back.
Shoot.
But the reason we've got to do it now is because Jim's not here, and we need to give other people a chance.
He's going to hate you for this. Especially when Michael and I scoop.
And I think that you and Michael may owe him 10 points each at some point.
What? I'm thinking of upping it to 15 that he owes.
He's not dead. He's not dead. Netanyahu isn't dead.
He is dead.
You owe Jim 10 internet points.
Michael, do you accept that? I'm not sure we can accept that. Not yet. Not at this stage. I mean, I need to come to terms with it if he is before I pay out anything. So what was I doing?
So would you hit the bottom right video, the thingy intro?
Oh, media assets.
Yeah, once you do that, you've got private chat, and that's where your lyrics are. This one isn't actually a rap song. This one is a sort of comedy pop song. It's a brilliant song, a brilliant artist.
Okay, enough clues.
To say about it, I think. So
right,
yeah,
guys.
10 points, 5 points.
I love cutting you off. Welcome to the internet. Have a look around. Anything that brain of yours can think of can be found. We've got mountains of content. Some better, some worse. If none of it's of interest to you, you'll be the first. Welcome to the internet. You'd be the first. Welcome to the internet. Come and take a seat. Would you like to see the news or any famous women's feet? There's no need to panic. This isn't a test. Ha ha. Just nod or shake your head and we'll do the rest. Welcome to the internet. What would you prefer? Would you like to fight for civil rights or tweet a racist slur? Be happy, be horny, be bursting with rage. We've got a million different ways to engage.
Hey, there you go. And that was, of course...
no idea what that was. No idea.
That was Open and Welcome to the Internet. It's a brilliant song. It's, yeah. And at one point he breaks it down. He's like, it never used to be like this. It was all travel blogs and, you know what I mean? And like fun times. Now it's this horrendous monster. Welcome to the Internet. We've got everything that you need.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So Michael's just picked up himself 10 points. Although I do feel sorry for Jim now. I feel like we rigged it a little.
You have to do another one when Jim comes, maybe. Oh,
yeah. One day, Dad, me and you are gonna sit down and we're gonna watch his Netflix special. It is actually fucking brilliant, to be honest with you, Dad. It's really fucking good. He's a sort of comedy musician. I saw him. Some of his jokes, like his off the cuff stuff, is really funny, considering he was like 20 years old or something, and he was sat around with all these other comedy legends, and they were asking him about his inspirations. And he talks about a Dutch impressionist who uses a black sock on stage as like a puppet, and it's this absurd, you know, the absurdity of it all, and that's the sort of comedy. And then Ray, the guy who plays Ray Raimondo, you know, from Everybody Loves Ray. He was like, yeah, see, I don't like the sound of that already. And he's like, fine, it's a white sock. Like, he's a really smart, decent bloke. And that went right over your head, so fucking moving on.
Oh, I drifted away. I'm sorry. I found a toothbrush that I've been cleaning my electronic thing with. The electrics.
Right, let me download some pictures.
paid £100 for this bloody thing, and it's shorted. But I think it's only shorted through muck. I don't think it might be savable. I fucking hope so. It was £100 this thing. Darn it. Was that weird like that?
So sorry.
Woo!
Now let me upload this here. Are we going overlay or background? Let's go overlay. Overlay.
I'm bursting with potential tonight, but I've no idea what we're doing, what's happening, what's going on.
It's my fault, really, Dad. If
You know what, Musk? I'll tell you right now. You know I'm not a Musk fan anymore. I was, but I am so torn. You know, the man's a proper arsehole. But the stuff he's doing with space has been no more than fucking sensational. Anyway, he's talking now of it's even got a name, Optimus PV. It will be the first von Neumann probe. So a von Neumann probe is one that it's self-replicating. But not only that, it's self-replicating from bits and bobs it'll find on its travels through space. You know, ions and iron ores and bits of fucking silicon and whatever it encounters. I mean, that must be, they must be talking over massive timescales that a probe would need to repair itself from raw materials. But that's the way they're looking at the moment and thinking, if we survive this war. It's just incredible that if we put just, I don't know, another 0.5% or so that we spend on war over to space, space and discoveries, we would do some fantastic things. Von Neumann, self-replicating probes and stuff. Fancy that.
What do you make of this from Michael? But remember, Nige, he isn't doing it. He is an idiot. It's others doing it, and he exploits them.
Oh yeah, I understand that. Yeah, of course. However, he has got a very, very quite a marvelous brain. He is a rocket scientist, you know, and he is really involved when they're reinventing steels like stainless steel and stuff to make it work better at certain temperatures and all that. He's really so he's involved in the metallurgy and the motors themselves. So he really is. He's there. He knows exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? He's. But yeah, he's doing it. Does he exploit them, or does he pay them? I don't know how well he pays people, Michael. I've never heard anyone complaining so far about the wages. I don't know. Exploits them. I don't know. So Michael simply will not have a good word said about him. Well, that's fair enough. This is going to be a difficult relationship, Michael. We'll do our best, though. Oh, mate. I mean, you can't deny the things he's, you know, fucking rockets that can fucking land back on their arse, or you can catch them with that fucking weird Mechazilla shit. Your sound's off, which is
yeah. Sorry, I muted it for a second and forgot. Thank you. Yeah. So here's the thing, though. You can't separate the art from the artist, the scientist from the science, maybe a little bit, and you can say that SpaceX does incredible work that is potentially, as a collective, SpaceX, Elon Musk, there or not, is progressing our species to be potentially a multiplanetary. The next step, the next logical step in becoming a multiplanetary species is going to other planets, and he's certainly paving the way for that.
There is an argument, but I'm not really the one to make it.
Argument? You want an argument? Let's fucking go.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. He's revolutionized space, and the cost of getting things into space has dropped fucking super dramatically. Still beyond my fucking thing. I don't even know what I would put into space. A great big blow up cock and balls, probably. Big shiny reflective cock and balls.
Shiny things that you can lick.
Shiny to float around for however long. Before the Chinese accuse it of being a spy cock and balls, and they shoot it down like the Americans do with them other things. So we never did hear what those were, did we? Those things the Americans shot down. Those fucking, I don't know. Things. Do you remember?
Things and
Last
stuff
year.
and things.
Last year? No, it wasn't things, it was stuff. Remember, they shot down these fucking balloons, really high altitude balloons that were floating over.
Vaguely.
America. No, they didn't vaguely shot them down, mate. They shot them down to the floor.
No, I vaguely remember. I didn't shoot anything.
Shot you down to the floor.
You've got enough arguments, Jo. Don't be starting another one. I might even start an argument with you, Gillian. Let's go.
He's right on it tonight, isn't he, Gillian? I do know where he lives, though. So there's always that.
There you go. Yeah, apparently, reading things out upsets people. They've even tried to do a privacy strike about.
I was wondering if you were going to mention that off that big fucking turd.
God, yeah, it's hilarious. It's well funny.
So the man who described
this man
who described.
Do you know this far-right individual?
Who described your fiance in the worst possible fucking terms?
I know. We don't even. Honestly, it's. I understand it. Hey, look. You were. She was in your life as well as mine. I totally understand that. It hurts just as much as it hurts me. I totally feel it. But we can. It doesn't have to be necessarily about that.
You handle it better than I do.
Yeah. A long time ago. It used to bother me, but when obviously being on the internet, when you point things out, I say the internet, specifically YouTube, and in and around the sort of ecosystem that we sort of step in and out of every now and again. That shit is it's not to be expected. I hate saying that because it's not normal. It shouldn't be expected. It shouldn't be tolerated. There shouldn't be any of that. Yeah. But what I can do is I can put that stuff to sort of one side and then look at the ideas, the politics behind it all and everything else, which is what we're here for. It's what we do. So the first thing I wanted to point out about this whole thing was the threats of violence and everything else. That's something that's happened. I've got the proof on the screen right there now. That's some comment from Bear Britain Audits, the second one that you can see there saying, "I'm going to slap JOJ." Well,
I'll tell you what, because I know where you live. Tell them you can come and see me, BBA, and I'll come through me.
Yeah, we're not trying to, we're not doing any of that stuff. But
no, I'm just being helpful.
Yeah, we're definitely not. So, but the way it works is though, right? Here's how it works. We don't have to take any of the risk because these fucking idiots will do it all for us. These people are so hyper online that they forget that they're in public spaces, and when you write things down and communication like that, well, that's a crime. And I mean, I personally would hate to see some of these far-right bigots making violent threats get arrested. It would pain me to do it, but I'm such a patriot, Dad. I'm such a patriot that I abide by the laws of the land. And so I did what a normal patriot citizen would, and I went straight to the police.
Good. You heard, I mean, we all heard what you said as well, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Then there was the hate speech stuff and everything else, which that'll be an interesting thing at the moment. But I wanted to get it out there. And I want to make it clear. The reason I want to do that is because
and he thinks he's better than these people that come across in the boats, doesn't he? And people he doesn't know, and he paints himself as better. I would pretty much guarantee he's less of a man than any of those people.
100%. Yeah, I think that when it comes to this subject, though, that it's not just about this particular individual. It's about a broader pattern. It's about tactics that are employed by these fucking stochastic auditors and these far-right fucking bigots that they use all the time. Whether it's they will go all the way from online sort of bullying sort of stuff, then it'll be like the how do we say it now? The brigading. They'll do things like that as well.
Brigading, right.
Everything sort of online, offline, verbal as well. And they can and auditors do drive across country exclusively for physical violence. You know, to have a fight with someone. That's what they do. It's their thing. But the trouble is, this channel is so small, right? We have less than 700, which, by the way, if you're one of the people watching that isn't commenting and you've not yet subscribed, I dare you to subscribe. It'll really help us out. But yeah, this channel has like less than 700 subscribers. And this other channel, this guy here, Bear Britain Audits, has got a whopping 120,000 subscribers. Now, when I say about them taking all the risk, what I mean is that not only are they doing all of the illegal stuff, but they're also doing it publicly, and they have far more to lose than I do. That's an income gone. That's, you know, all of their adulation and their relevance and their anything. That's that gone too. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
see this, but I mean, see the so the first comment says, "I am that." Okay, I'm far right, and I like that porn. And what? Okay, so he's accepted that he is that. So why would he want to come and slap you for pointing it out?
Right, it's because he's got a very fragile little ego. He's one of those like, I'm really hard. Nothing bothers me except for when people say words that I don't like. Oh no, how dare they? Like, I was listening to him. I got posted a link, so I listened to him on another platform talking about, oh fucking hell, he's well funny. He was talking to people about like, oh, how dare he say these things? These things are awful. How dare he say them? And then someone went, are they true? And he was like, well, yeah. And it's that embarrassment, it's that recognition. They don't like accountability, they don't like dissent, and that's what it is. And because he is a mindless fucking absolute knuckle dragger, the first thing that he goes for is, I know I'm going to publicly, and I'm loving the fact that he did it publicly declare that I'm going to attack you. And he was like, I am actively seeking this person's address. First of all, I live in a caravan that has wheels. They move anyways. You don't have a PO box with a fucking caravan, but that's not the point. The main point is when it comes to this isn't the first time we've had threats of violence. This isn't the first time that we've had auditors losing their shit whenever somebody reads out documents that other people have written. Sorry, Dad?
We've had threats to kill as well, haven't we? So
we've had all that stuff. We've had threats to that stuff. AI stuff of like, you know, deceased fiances, all of this stuff. Nothing's stopping us. Nothing is going to stop us. That's not how you beat us. You don't. What you do is you use logic and facts, and you do exactly what we're doing. Hey up, Jim. Oh, Jim's not going to be happy. I'm going to have to take this down. Hi,
Jim. It was his idea.
Right in his face.
Nothing to do with me, Jim. Nice to see you, man.
It was my dad's idea. He thought that you had too many points and that perhaps we could get the song out early so that other people may have had a chance. And Michael may have already have taken the 10 points. But that was all my dad and Michael. They completely conspired. It was out of my hands. You should have seen it. It was brutal. They were horrendous. They really were.
Jim, you don't believe that. You could do.
Yeah, you could do. Shall I go undercover and give him a random caravan park? Then when he says he can't find you, I'll say, oh, bloody hell, he's on his wheels. More points equals more prizes.
Well, I think that might do.
Yeah. Also, you're not negative 10 points. You're up 20 because my dad and Michael may owe you something. Although I think my dad's going to avoid it until he dies of a natural cause, and then.
Jim. I'll tell you what. You can have my 10 points, but if it turns out he is toast, I want 15.
Hey, Dad.
Doesn't work like that, does it?
Going back to that subject just for a quick second. Do you remember when we were just talking and he was writing that he's far right and he's into that sort of thing and everything else, all that other gross stuff. He then went on to a panel and started declaring, yes, I am far right, and in recent years I've become bigoted and all this stuff. So on that post that I put out today, bless them. I don't know if you guys can see this properly, so I'll give it a quick read. So there's this misconception that I constantly label people who have ever so slightly different political leanings to me as a fascist. I'm fascist washing everyone I don't like. And that's the only context that you need, right? I'm a fascist washer, apparently. So yeah, you label BBA far right. He isn't. He might have right leaning politics, but there is no way he is far right. You attribute anyone's views that you don't like as far right. It's what you do all the time. So you finished senior school and got your GCSEs ? Because you sound like you are just a mouthpiece for the left. You don't actually understand the subject matter.
Understood. So
you don't actually understood the subject matter. With you, it's just play to the audience and hope someone takes the bait. Silly of me to do so, but here we are.
And here we are, Adam Vincent.
Yeah, so he's definitely not far right.
Right. Oh, look, BBA says I'm far right. Oh.
Yeah, and what?
Adam, I sympathise.
Things can be so fluid. Oh my god, it was well. Oh, I had a right chuckle at that one. Where I was like, pick anyone. They were like, you do it all the time. I'm like, pick anyone. Any one random person that I've incorrectly labelled as far right. Name one person. And then, see, what it is for people that don't understand, here's how I've got like a special trick. It's a lefty trick. Only lefties use it. It's a pretty nasty tactic. What we do is we look at things like the words and the meanings of those words. We look at the context that they exist in, in this case, the political context of, what left and right means. And then based on people's actions and ideologies and the things that they say and do, we're able to determine where on the political spectrum they sit, because it's easily definable. It's something that you can actually, these words have meanings. There's a criteria. You either meet it or you don't. Language is amazing. Just understanding words, Dad, is really tripping these people up.
Gives a hard time. Can't speak the English. Never mind.
I'll tell you what. People will. Sorry, wrong one. People will accuse us of everything and anything, and they just won't learn the definitions of the words, though.
It's like an inverse snobbery, isn't it? Where they're proud of their ignorance, their willful ignorance. It's really, really fucking strange.
It is. It is very strange.
But here we are. Yes, indeed.
It's a thing that they do, and they absolutely fucking love it. It's really strange. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I wanted to make it clear and obvious that, and I will move on from it, but you don't intimidate us into silence. That isn't how it works. If anything, we'll post extra. And all we did realistically was just explain on top of what we were reading, the details that we were reading. The only thing that we added on top of that was about the search history stuff, which is entirely relevant because we were discussing a document that details all of the times that you dehumanize people. So we just threw in another time that you dehumanize people, something that you showed yourself on your own live stream. And if you're concerned about people saying things or looking at the things that you've said and done on YouTube, maybe, just maybe, you should watch what you say and do on YouTube.
Absolutely, you should. I don't know, man. I'm just looking at.
Do you know what? Right, I'm not gonna.
I'm sorry. Go on.
Right, so there has been someone that I've seen, right, without any prompting, without any needing to, right. Me and this person have had plenty of fallouts. I don't get along with them, and I don't think we will get along with this person. But I'm happy to say when someone did something that's actually quite commendable.
I'm going to pop this up.
Nathan Benson.
I'm going to pop that up.
Done this. I mean, don't get me wrong. The way I don't like the way that you phrase things and all that stuff, but I've seen him in his own way more than once on more than one different panel where he would have had no idea that I was listening. I've heard people mention it, and he's like, "That is fucking disgusting. Don't do that. Like that's horrendous. How dare you do that? You know what I mean? Like this isn't. It's something that's objectively wrong, and it's nice to see that there are some folks that do say, "Well, that's fucking wrong." Do you know what I mean?
I appreciate you coming in to say it to him, Nathan. I do. It is absolutely disgusting the way these people are. It bugs me so bad. I didn't think it was possible for people to talk like this to other people.
No, and I certainly understand that Nathan wasn't trying to extend an olive branch or anything. He wasn't doing it for appearances either. He wasn't doing it when I was looking. You know what I mean? He was just doing it for the sake of doing it, which is actually quite cool. That's quite a cool thing. So I'm happy to I'm always happy to say, you know, if someone's
You
doing
should
something
feel
positive,
appreciated
I'll
for the
pick up
next 5 minutes, Nathan. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah, and it is, and it's, you know, it's, see, this is the difficult thing as well, right? And this is where, like, so I'm in a loving, committed relationship with this woman who is the funniest, smartest person ever. She's absolutely incredible, and I went through something absolutely horrific, and in many ways, it has defined who I am as a person for a long time. But through all of that, through that, you know, those events and everything else, I've become me. You know, I've realized that I am a person, and you know, I've got my 30s to go through because it happened in my 20s. I've got all my, you know, I had all my 20s, I had my 30s. I'm going to have my 40s, my 50s, my 60s, my 70s and 80s. I'm going to have all that stuff to look forward to if I'm lucky enough with my health and everything else. So yeah, I'm not, you know, I'm trying to look forward. Moving on sounds crass, maybe not crass. It sounds indifferent, and that's certainly not my feelings at all. I'm just, you know, like it's hard as well. Yeah, you know, when you're trying to, like, you know, create a whole new life and do this stuff, and, you know, move on from past events and things that, you know, that you know, really can be detrimental to a person. So, like, you know, rather than get lost procrastinating and overthinking, I try. And then you come onto YouTube, and some dickhead has discovered how AI works, and I'm like, oh, you fucking. How is it you don't remember your own kid's birthday, but you know how to fucking, like, how AI works and shit? God damn it.
It's horrible, isn't it? Horrible. The fact that they'd spend time doing that, you know.
Yeah, awful shit.
Pictures in
I'll tell you
my-
what, though, Dad, on that lovely cheery note, you're going to have to
Beyond
give me
forgiveness. Yeah.
about a minute. Also, you were asking me what was still growing in the garden the other day, down at Thingy. So I went to my sister's garden and I plucked out some lemon balm, some mint, and some lavender, and I've got them sat in my caravan making it smell lush.
Yeah, I could do some of that lemon balm.
And then my sister said, "Dad only."
Less like dog pits.
Yeah, my dad was like, not my dad, sorry, my sister was like, yeah, I think Dad only planted that because Mum hates that smell, you know, lavender.
No, I liked it for the bees. For the bees.
Right, I'll be right back. I won't be long. I'll just be like a minute if that. I just need to run into the thing and back.
Who are you? Okay, so he's gone.
In fact, it's a lie. I don't need to. I thought I left my Zin pouch things somewhere else, but I didn't. They were right next to me.
I'm going to shoot off and put the kettle on then, so you can wait.
Right, you go put your kettle on. I'll go and find something to keep the masses entertained. Evening, Mr. D. Whit.
The masses, the thousands.
I don't think I've ever done it like that. D. Whit.
Good to see you, young man. I'll leave you. Jo wants to fight.
Yeah, I'm up for a fight. Let's have a fight, everyone. Let's let's do that. But no, moving on. What do we have today? I was looking at the news and stuff, as you do, because, you know, for my sins, I thought I'd look at the news. And yeah, so I'm just looking at Starmer stating the absolute bloody obvious. Like, you couldn't. Let's have a look here. Wrong one. That was my post. That was a genuine. Wrong one. This one. Independent. I need to close my other tabs down. All right. Okay. Oops. I've accidentally clicked that link there. So here we are. Netanyahu's energy strikes on Iran are a possible war crime and straight out of Putin's playbook. Let's see what Pete Hegseth got to say. He's always got, you know, something nice and decent to say. He's the human in humanity. That's who this dude is. D-dubs. Love it. Oh my God, Young Bob video. I am going to put that on in just a minute. We'll watch. Let me get past this now, if I can. Oh, wait, what? That wasn't the video? Oh, you smooth little bastards. Tricking me into watching that advert for longer than I needed to. Oh, come on, hurry up. Nobody's that desperate to listen to Pete Hegseth. Let's have a look here. So just when the US-Israeli war in Iran looked like it couldn't get any more awkward, even Donald Trump has been left dismayed by Benjamin Netanyahu's targeting of Iranian gas fields. Why? Well, it's because Netanyahu, who is under indictment, yeah, that is indictment, isn't it? Indictment? Right, Jim, you're my chief. How do I say this word, guy? So he did that for crimes against humanity for his campaign in Gaza. Basically, he's a wanted man by the international courts for the genocide that he definitely is doing, despite what the press loves to say. So he's copied the tactics of Vladimir Putin, who himself is under indictment for the alleged war crimes against humanity in Ukraine. No shit. It is indictment, isn't it? The C threw me off. God damn it. I overthink things when I have to read out loud. So on December the 5th last year, the British government, along with 42 other countries, said Russia was deliberately targeting civilian infrastructure in what may constitute as a war crime. Yeah, no shit. I love the way that they do it. It may constitute as a war crime. Like, the legal language around things is quite funny. The unlawful targeting of civilians and the civilian objects is a breach of international humanitarian law, in particular principle of distinction enshrined in the Geneva Conventions, and may therefore constitute war crimes. Neil Holland, of the UK representative to the OSCE, said in Vienna, Russia's deliberate missile and drone strikes against Ukraine's civilian energy infrastructure constitute a clear pattern in its full-scale invasion that began in 2022 and intensified into the fourth year of the war. Russia has carried out deliberate strikes across the country. Yes, we know this. But what's Israel done now? Israel has done exactly the same to Iran. It's trying to provoke regime change by shattering the nation's industrial capacity and breaking its energy infrastructure. So they want to change the regime by fucking up the people. That's kind of, that makes sense. That checks out. That's literally exactly, that makes loads of sense. It's what America are doing, So Iran's South Pars gas field provides at least 75% of the country's gas. Some 80% of Iran's electricity is generated by its natural gas supplies. But I tell you what, talking about whether or not something may or may not be an infringement of international law or outright break it, as it obviously is just tedious and dull. It's so dull. God, I can't explain to you how infuriating I find it, people talking about the impotent international laws. What do you think, Dad?
Who's impotent?
The international community. They can't get it up.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear where I was.
No, it's fine. I was just looking at a story that was
doing what? Being powerless against Monsieur Le Trump or something?
So the broader tone, I guess, what I would like to talk about is but for the whole context though, Israel are striking energy infrastructure, civilian infrastructure in Israel, which is a war crime. It's against international law. Putin is
hang on, in Iran, you mean?
I must have said that wrong. If I said anywhere else, I got it wrong. I'll just clarify. Israel striking Iran. They're striking their energy infrastructure and civilian objects and things like that. So that is undeniably breaking international law. However, this man is already, as it says in the article, a wanted criminal. Well, he's a wanted. He's wanted on an indictment, isn't he, for breaching humanitarian laws?
None of them are signatories to the Geneva Convention, so that's why you see them using cluster weapons so freely and stuff. We tend not to, or we pretend not to. So there's no quarter given or asked. You know what I mean? They will kill combatants, whether they're on the way to the front, at the front, on their way home, in the hospital, whoever, anyone of that age is in danger for their life at the moment, aren't they? It's really sad, mate. Fuck Israel. Just fuck them. Fuck them. They don't fucking deserve to be where they are. They don't fucking deserve it.
No, not bombing other places, not fucking. It's honestly, it's absolutely fucking.
They've just. I just want to add that it's not just what's going on in Israel and Iran. They've invaded the southern part of Lebanon and fucking displaced 1 million people under threat of immediate fucking bombing. They gave them something like 2 hours, 1 million fucking people. Get the fuck out of here. And they are cleansing that place of Lebanese people totally. This is all part of the Greater Egypt shit. There's all kinds of shit going on. You know what I mean? It's not just Iran.
Do you think that's what it is? Do you think that this? So let's talk in objective, clinical, political terms here. Do you think that Netanyahu is an expansionist?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, he's a Zionist expansionist.
Sorry. Sorry. Obviously, he's expanded into Israel. We totally get that. The military are there to defend the settlements and everything else, which is an illegal land grab. It is expansion.
Greater Israel is his aim.
Do you think that's what it is? This is just another nation.
This is his move for it now. It's fucking now or never. But they are taking a hell of a beating. Israel's gotten beat in the missile fucking department.
Yeah, I've seen. I've also seen that there was a failed attack attempt on by Israel. They threw a few missiles at the site. Is it the Cyprus base?
Yeah,
the British and American one. No, it was the different one. Oh goodness, we were talking about it just yesterday in the thingy. I'm trying to remember the name of the base. I'm really sorry. There's lots of base names, and I'm really not an expert in any of this. But
there are so many. Yeah.
Yeah, but they threw at a joint US-UK base. They threw 2 missiles. They didn't reach, and it wasn't. It didn't strike, but it was an attempt at the very least. The Chagos Islands. It was the base in the Chagos Islands. There you go. That's exactly what it was. Diego Garcia.
Oh yeah, that was a 4,000. Was it mile or kilometers? Fucking 4,000 kilometer trip for those fucking medium range ballistic missiles. They did deal with them at the terminal phase, but that's a long fucking reach, isn't it? Iran can reach out and touch. And also, again, I want to impress on people that when you see it, like in the news that Iran's hitting this country and that country and this country and the other country, they're usually pretty damn careful with their targeting. And they'll be hitting American assets within these countries, mostly. Depends how much, of course, these countries have worked with the Yanks. But they're being punished. But they're not, they're not bombing willy-nilly just because they're neighbours. They are bombing American assets, or they've been bombing airports, haven't they? In all the countries that butt onto the Gulf. Mate, they've been everywhere. There's American bases. They've been closing the American base airports and runways and stuff, and their own. The international airports and stuff. They've been hitting them. Some chief, yes, it's the fog of war. Some apartment blocks, of course. It's horrible, isn't it? But it happens. Rockets can be, their targeting is, like I say, is pretty good nowadays, but these rockets can be damaged on the way in. They can be deflected, damaged all the way in. Grateful Land, the cluster bombs, my friend, none of these people are signatories to the Geneva Convention. That's why they're using cluster bombs with such fucking abandon. What can you say?
Stuff that the rest of the world says, no, you can't do that to human beings.
Well, they've agreed not to do it to each other, the rest of the world, yeah. I don't know who else isn't signatories. I don't think Russia is. I honestly don't know. I'd have to look it up.
So, should we have a little look in Audit Corner? I've got a video. If you haven't seen it, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
Right, you ready?
Yeah.
No, you're not ready. You're not ready, Dad. You're not ready for what's coming.
What am I doing?
You, my sweet father, have to do nothing. You can sit back, watch, and laugh. This is Young Bob.
Oh, I've seen it.
I can hear me.
What you're doing is committing a crime. I can film a public space.
You can, but I do not want to stick held with me for the fit disorder.
Time to go down there. Well, down there, yeah, so I can die. Yeah, fantastic.
Oh, he's such a victim, isn't he? Such a fucking victim. And he put me in there so I can die. And if I come out, well, I'll die anyway. He put me over there, Antifa, because they know me. Yeah. Fucking bloke.
Yeah,
it's special,
fucking
isn't
wild,
He's
isn't
gonna
it?
sue all of you. I'll sue all of you. Oh dear, fancy saying that.
I shall sue you.
I shall sue
Okay.
you all of you. All of you.
Oh, goodness, right. And so this one here.
Held with me for the fit disorder.
Time to go down there. Well, down there, yeah, so I can die. Yeah, fantastic.
It's not with them. Come over here, Bob.
Oh. Oh.
Oh my God.
Relax. Okay? The problem we've got is, you can film me all you want, but I know.
I'm not part of UKIP. I keep on telling every officer.
Okay, but you turn up at every single event. With
No,
them.
I haven't.
You are affiliated.
I am not. I've
Yes,
written
you
public
are.
statements.
You
In fact,
are.
Hope Not Hate did a sting where I.
Hope Not Hate did a sting. He's like, I've made public statements. What he's
I
actually
wrote a
referring
piece
to.
about it. About it.
Sorry?
And if you haven't read it, well, more for you, because I shall sue you.
So I could die. We're putting it on the soundboard. We're having it. It's going on there. Get in the Discord, guys. It's fun.
Yeah. It's so terrible.
So, fucking right. So young Bob, what he's doing at the moment is,
I'm sure there's more clips to come off him. Yeah.
he's trying to use the fact that he got stung and exposed as proof that he isn't with a certain group of people that he's obviously with. So he works with Turning Point UK. Obviously, Nick Tanconi is very heavily involved in that. There's a whole UKIP overlap, and they
I
often
suspect there's
are
been.
at events.
I suspect they've been. They've been instructed quite well about this, about young Bob and the regular faces now. They recognise him, and now I think the police have finally decided what they are.
Yeah, they're pissed off with him.
This is how they're going to treat him. I flaming hope so. I
Could you
hope so.
imagine, Dad, being a copper and having to deal with fucking, like, not just like these far right fucking, like the freaks and geeks, you know, that make up the fucking front lines of this stuff, but you've also got like debate Lord Bob ready to just go. This little edge lord ready to just fucking.
Oh, CP.
Oh, God, he must be such a.
Section 17. I'll fucking section you. Fucking.
Like, of all the jobs you could do, being a policeman, specifically a policeman at one of these events, God damn it, I couldn't think of anything more fucking frustrating. Anything, no other job could I think of that would make me more like, fuck this shit than that job. And she's got it written all over her face. Fuck this shit. But what he's doing is, though, just to clarify, though, he's talking about the Hope Not Hate incident. So if you remember a while ago, Hope Not Hate did an expose on Bob where he was recorded voluntarily talking and saying things like Tommy's audience base are R-worded. Nick Tanconi's a fucking idiot and a this, that, and the other. And he was exposed. He was basically, he's a grifter, and we know he's a grifter. And behind closed doors, he doesn't really think or feel these things. And so that was exposed. He's now trying to use that expose that people have actually said that he was plied with drugs and alcohol to get him to say that. You know what I mean? It can't be the truth. It's not the truth. And he's like using that expose as proof that he's not with Nick Tanconi. Because one time somebody recorded some bad words he had to say about him. But like she says, he turns up at all the events with them. He's there with them all the time. They are heavily associated.
She's had somebody, somebody's had them sit down in the classroom and going, okay, these are the faces. This is what you're going to do now. I hope. Yes.
I'll tell you what else I find fascinating as well is that young Bob is now deathly terrified of the same side that he claims to be a champion for. Right?
Isn't it weird? Isn't that weird that that his own side are absolutely against him? Not one of us, because they know they know what he's like. He's a little boy. He's a bit of a grass. He's just untrustworthy, isn't he?
Absolutely. And I just want to say in here now, being the prison guard that has to do cavity search them is surely worse. Do you know what? I would search cavities before I would fucking do that job.
This is a good point from Grateful. Good to see you now. With young Bob, I believe the people created a monster, and now no one wants anything to do with that extreme monster. We said, didn't we, from the beginning, and I'm sure you did as well. We watched them being groomed, didn't we? We watched him and CP and fucking loads of. It's a few now we've watched from the beginning, right to the extreme right. Just watching them go through that grooming cycle, and Bob was another one. Yeah, you're absolutely right, mate. I agree with you. Yeah.
Just want to
the monster we've created.
Question. Michael says here, and also, yeah, just to reinforce that as well. I completely agree with that. They've created a monster, and now they don't want anything to do with that fucking extreme monster. Yeah, I honestly agree. We see a lot of that with people that are either the vulnerable age or perhaps a vulnerable mindset. You know, they get brought into these places. They get given all of this. I mean, I don't know how else to phrase it other than being groomed. But they're given all this false information. They're brought in. They're made to feel one of the crew, and then when they finally start embodying the values that they've been groomed with, suddenly, oh no, you're saying the quiet bits out loud. You're supposed to just know not to call people that to their face, because then you'll get arrested and make us all look bad. We say that behind closed doors, and that's the problem.
Bob's also on a shekel hunt, isn't he?
He says the quiet part out loud. So Michael's question, my ignorance, what's the blue for? Community support officer, kind of. So they're liaison officers. If I understand this correctly, they're like if you're anyone that needs anything at a protest, the usual officers are there to maintain the peace, and these liaison officers are there to communicate with you, to coordinate with you, to speak with you, so you can walk up to these people and be like, "Hi, I'm just a random person who's kind of got caught up in this crowd. You know, what's going on? Or if you need information, where are we going? What's happening here? You know, these guys are the ones. And if there's orders being issued as well, it's the liaison officers that'll be like, right, these orders have been issued. You know, everyone move. You know, it's that. I maybe over explaining that. I don't know, but please, that's the liaison officer, anyways. Shut up! Shut the front door, Kate.
Was that while he was trying to look after young Bob, was it?
This is the Liverpool thing, wasn't it? This is all the Liverpool stuff.
Liverpool, good. All good things always. All the best things happen in Liverpool. Even the police are on the ball in Liverpool. It's got to be said, they're really good. They're demanding video evidence now in the chat.
Yeah, we demand the link.
Demanding video evidence of Fred. It looks like it's a popular thing.
Oh, we got ourselves a flat Fred somewhere. Let's.
Everything. Liverpool's always cool. Always cool.
It's on Twitter. Oh goodness, damn, I don't have an actual X account. Like what we're showing here is just me clicking a link that someone was kind enough to drop. I'm gonna have to do it. No, I keep saying.
Well, you're still halfway through this.
I know. Let's crack on with this. Let's see what's happening here. So he's about to lean on the fact that he was exposed for giving away his inner thoughts.
Officer.
You turn up at every single event.
No, I haven't.
You were affiliated.
I am not. I've written public statements. In fact, hope not. Hey, did a sting where I publicly condemned UKIP.
It's either you stay there, or you go through there.
So I either get hit by their security guard, or I get hit by them.
Well, what do you want to do?
I want to stay here until you've been cleared.
Stay where you are then.
Yeah, fantastic.
You move, you'd be locked up for a breach of the peace for 6 to death. It's just you've got a camera in your hand to not make you above the law.
There you go. Absolutely right. And it's about time they were told. Absolutely right.
Oh, this is so good. This is fucking amazing. Yes, that is exactly how it's said and done. Fucking shout out to that. There you go, police liaison. I was right. Shout out to that liaison officer one more time for the people in the back.
Yeah, fantastic.
You move, you'd be locked up for a breach of the peace for 6 to death. It's just you've got a camera in your hand to not make you above the law.
You are reaching a point.
She did not.
Let it run. He's going to sue her, I'm sure. Let it run.
Oh, we've got an agent here. He's willing to go and brave the depths of the Nazi hellscape that is X.
Twatter.
But if you do go and find it, there you go, Peter Lloyd's Twitter page. Yes, thank you, Kate. I really appreciate that. That's fucking awesome.
Meanwhile, let this run. See if he's going to sue them all. I think it's about now.
This is a lie. He went to the event. He goes to the events with them. He's like, he's part
Oh,
and parcel
Chief.
of UKIP. It's unbelievable.
Chief, you're such a silly Billy. Sometimes you're a
right.
silly Billy.
All right, and let me get the screen back up now so I can hit play. But yeah, just to show you her face, she wasn't telling Bob that. She was telling his camera. She was telling us all. And you know what? We fucking hear you.
Not make you above the law.
You are each appalling. I'm going to sue all of you. So
Yes! You beauty! I shall sue you all. Not you,
Sue
no.
you, and sue you, and sue you.
I have a security guard that got assaulted and he's now distanced. I either go there and I get killed, or I go over there. I'm under the age of 18, sir. You have a duty of care to ensure my safety.
Okay, well,
Their security guards assaulted me. They are assaulted me. My security guard has just been taken away by the police.
Can I speak? Can I speak now?
Well, apologies. My adrenaline's pretty high.
Okay. You've got one or two. You've got a number of options. First of all, you join either of the groups, yeah. Or secondly, because you are a juvenile, I arrest you for verbal breach of the peace for your safety. Your choice.
I'd prefer to do neither.
Well, you don't have those two choices.
They don't understand how the police.
That option, young Bob. Yeah, I want to say right here.
I will sue you all.
There you go. I'll sue you
I'd like
all.
to stand behind you.
for
Objection, please.
Indeed.
Do you know what? Despite all of
Absolutely.
this, he's still never gonna be as Weasley as grown ass DP, who is only
hasn't
5
fallen
foot
over
7.
backwards
Oh,
yet.
he's only 5'7", Dad. I'm only 5'7". But you can't. No, I'm only 5'7". No.
And you know that, and you're taking advantage of it and everything.
Oh, but I'm 5'7". Oh, goodness. All right, so you got one or two choices, Bob. You either join Group A and B, or you get arrested and you get taken away. What do you want?
Join a group, or you get arrested.
What's your name, sorry?
Thomas Moffat.
Thomas.
I would prefer to stay with you two lovely officers. It may be a sterile.
This is now a sterile area.
I'm a member of the press.
You're not
a member of the press.
No. You're not a member of... No, you're not. How old does he say he is?
I think he's 17.
So I take it he won't have done a career as like a uni thing a few years in, or however long it takes. I think it takes quite a while to be a journalist, doesn't it? To be a fully accredited journalist. Doesn't it take several times?
Aye.
17.
Oh, I heard
likely to be,
I heard a boop in the back. I'm sorry, dude. We don't know who this is. Do we entertain a stranger today, Dad?
Who are you thinking now?
Someone's just jumped up in the back. I did put the link out early doors and pinned it. Sorry, I must have forgot to say. Yeah. Should we see if? Should we see or not?
You can try. I'll keep my finger on the button.
Right, so bear with us just 1 second. We're just going to whack an overlay on, trying to think of what's best. Probably that. No, I'm joking. That's too small.
Is that you, Luke?
Let's have a look. There you go. Then I'm going to have to stop streaming that for a second. Add to the stage. And hello, you're on. You're live on a couple of Birks. Please do not swear.
You can swear, though. A bit.
No, you fucking can't. No,
See, you can.
yeah, if
Luke, you there, bud?
if the secret dude, please reveal yourself.
Calling Luke. Aye, fucker.
There you go. Someone. All right, okay. Let me remove them. I'm banned from studio.
Luke, you're fucking stupid.
Oh God, I can't even fucking ban from studio. Require all guests to log on. Yeah, go on then. Fuck it. It wouldn't let me kick anyone out unless it required all guests to authenticate. But that's fine. That was weird. What is it with?
That's the last time you do that, young fella, my lad. We don't let anyone back on it doing that.
No, God, no.
No, nobody we don't know from now on.
So it's weird, isn't it? How these weird, like, because it's one of those fascists. I mean, we can imagine who, but yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Who.
It was swastikas and a black dude wanking.
Do we need to stop this?
No,
streaming?
nothing went out. No one saw anything. I was way ahead of it. Way ahead of you. I was showing everybody that Matt's next job could be in plumbing. He just doesn't know it yet.
Dun, 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 dun. So
Right. Anyways,
okay,
back to regular scheduled program. We're going to get through this one, and then thank you to shout out to Michael who has put the link for that thing in the back there. Brilliant. Really appreciate you. Right. Okay. Let me just share screen, and this one still. There we go.
So Chief says that I'll listen to Chief today. Well, a little bit. Bob's telling the truth though. UKIP and Antifa both hate him. So UKIP, I don't know if when you say hate him. All right, he called him. He called what's his name? Fucking Tenconio or whoever it is. He was less than flattering. But I'm sure they don't hate him for it. I mean,
no, they publicly came out and said, "Look, he's a young lad," and and other people as well were like, "Listen, he was plied with drugs and alcohol." It's not that. It really isn't that. I think that what it is that he's so egregious in his style when he does this sort of debate stuff. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be somebody on the same side, a bloody GB News reporter, and he still manages to turn that fucking glazing session into a debate and get owned. Like, it's the weirdest thing ever. He's constantly on the attack. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't like him. I'm not saying that he's making it up entirely. I find it weird that that suddenly that side has just now rejected young Bob entirely. But he's basically saying like, "Oh, great, someone might fucking kill me up." Like, yeah, my God, you can tell he's young. Bless him.
I do have accreditations. Yes, I can show you.
I do have accreditation. It comes from my work with UK. Turning.
What's your surname, Thomas? Moffat. Moffat. And date of birth, please. ITT.
There we go. That was that one anyway. So, yeah. Young Bob for the win. Look, God, this guy is he's.
So they've taken his name. Go on, what happens next?
That's it. That's the only bit of footage that I've got of that so far. The next thing we're going to have a look at now, apparently, we're about to find out is, that looks like a shaky camera. This is apparently, this is Fred being put on his arse.
Wow, where's Fred now? Let me see.
The one in the headlock? That'll be Fred.
Oh, come on. The one with his eyes popping out. Oh, Fred.
That'll be that guy, yeah, in the headlock. Fucking. What is it? There's almost like there's a correlation between violent far-right thugs and getting involved in violent altercations. I can't quite put my finger on it. It's there somewhere.
Oh, no.
What's it called? Fucking karma?
Karma.
Get off him! Get off him, you cunt! Get off him!
Yeah, look how that looks fucking horrendous there. Like, do you know what? It's kind of a fear of mine being inside a crowd that is freaking out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen with the Travis Scott, was it Astro World? That event there where people were getting trampled to death and fucking like the heat and it's really bad. And we watched that the thing that TKE made. TKE Media did a video about the Tommy Robinson UTK whatever the fuck it was, United Kingdom protest. You can't but showing like what happens when you get that many people together, crowd crush and everything else. Crowd crush is like a phobia. Like, oh my God, it's honestly scary shit.
It's a real recognised thing, isn't it?
Get off him! Stay here. I've got him. Are you okay, Bob? I'm all right. Fred! Habibi! We got it on camera.
And there you go. The bit that really counts. We got it on camera. That's what they want. This is the thing.
It's all on camera. I hate that.
Physically attacking kids is pretty low. Last time I checked, Fred isn't a child.
I think
He might
I
have
think
to-
he's stretching that back to our Bob. I assume.
Well, I mean, but he's not. Nobody's. First of all, nobody's physically. I'm sorry. Do you know? I shouldn't do that. I can't read most days because of my eyes and everything else. I'll glaze over that. It's just funny. It's funny to say physically.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he's not a twat, Goofy, but you know.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I'm certainly not advocating for violence of any sort. I'm just. This is what they want. This is exactly what they want. This is what they go there for.
Physically attacking
Their
kids
MO.
is pretty
They
low.
go there
yeah.
to start
Punch
fights
down,
so that they
don't
can
you?
record it and get it on camera. And when it happens, they go, "Oh, they've got me. They've got me on. So I've got it on camera. So cha-ching."
Yeah.
I won't go in there, no. Fucking hell! It's the police! What?
This one!
How about I've just been filming, love?
Cornell baby!
Is that a copper down, or is that just a bunch of helmets on hips? Oh, it's just helmets.
Yeah.
Is
The
Liverpool today?
Hillsborough incident. I was
Hillsborough crowd
I was
crushed
young.
disaster,
It was
why
obviously
Liverpool?
before my
Oh,
time.
fuck.
But having learned, when I learned about the Hillsborough incident, I think I learned about it in school. They were teaching us about that, and I don't remember much, but I do remember struggling with the concept of crowd crush. I was like, well, you just, people push at you, just push them back, and then my little brain didn't realize that, no, there's thousands of
The
people.
weight of 1,000 people.
Yeah, the weight of 1,000 people crushing you. You don't stand a chance. Crowd crushes. Oh, it's really scary. I think I've just revealed a massive, a big phobia. Like it really is though. It's like, oh God, it makes my skin crawl thinking about it. Like
The Hillsborough thing
I've
was
been in,
particularly bad because the Sun newspaper, the scum, blamed the the supporters, and said awful things about the supporters. Said they were they were going through the pockets of the dead people and fucking pissing on them and stuff, relieving themselves on dead fucking fans of the opposite team and shit. Just they're just absolute outright fucking lies. I don't even know why they did it. I know there was been quite. It was it was decided that they went far too far and they did to do it, but I don't understand why it was done. Unless it was actually it was to protect the police who fucked up that day. It was fucking horrible. It was terrible what they did. Like the way the press took it up, blamed the supporters. It was just fucking wrong. I mean, some of them supporters had already been through fucking your version of hell. You know what I mean? And then they're faced with the blame for it. It must have been awful. So that's why you won't find a Sun newspaper in Liverpool or anywhere, any of the places where you're approaching Liverpool. When you get within a few miles of Liverpool, you won't see the Sun newspaper. So dirty fuckers.
oh God, it's words like this as well. I find that these words are words that I would read in comic books, like crush, bang, and do you know what I mean? They sound really simple, but when you apply that to the human body, so as Great Flant's saying, there's a doc about the disaster. I think it was at a Scottish football club. There was an awful crush on the stairs outside. It was unbelievable. A crush. Yeah. That sounds so underwhelmingly horrendous, but is also, do you know what I mean? Oh, goodness me.
So I agree. I absolutely agree with MZ here. And you're saying the MSN tried to make out the fans were at fault, which they did. Now Liverpool is Antifa and anti-media. These idiots chose the wrong city. You couldn't have picked a worse city to try it on, could you? I love Liverpool, the spirit of Liverpool and the Scousers. I absolutely love it. They're just great people. Great people. I had so many good people come from Liverpool. So yeah, all right there, lad. Great.
Yeah, Liverpool is really cool. Of all the cities I've been to in England, Liverpool or Manchester. Probably Liverpool is my favourite. I really, really like. I've got a fondness for Liverpool. Yeah, I've only been there a few times. I'm not I don't know the place amazingly well. Just as someone going there to for like work and things like that. I did. I went and got jabs there as well. I went and got my jabs, Dad. It was the weirdest thing ever. Like the charity that I was working for, they were like, right, we're going to send you for your jabs, and you're going to have to get some done in country because we can't get them done here at such short notice. But you're going to have to go today, get on a train, go to Liverpool, and go and get yourself some. I think it was like, no, it wasn't a rabies jab. It was just some jab, anyways, that deads your arm.
Yeah,
And I got there in distress, and I was so confused because it was just a room full of people on computers. And then I was like, "Oh, is this the Travel XF or whatever? I'll just give it that name for the sake of it. Is this Travel XF?" And they're like, "Yeah. We're like the travel agent side of it. They're just through the back there." So I'm like, "All right, end sound." So I make my way through all these travel agents, and then in a kitchen, been sat there in front of a fridge that's got a glass door on it with loads of vials in it. She's like, "Right, I'll be giving you injections now." Like, this is a hell of a service. You can book your flight, get your inoculations, and get gone.
I've had some dodgy medication given me at times, but on my travels. I really have. I sold some blood once. I was traveling through Spain, and I came to this place, and I was skint as usual. I was traveling through Spain just with no fucking money, walking shit. So anyway, I did that. I'm not going to tell the story. I've decided I won't, but yeah.
All right. Well, I am.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
I
lost the point of what I was saying.
Talking about dodgy medications abroad because we'd got onto the original thing.
Right. So I was in Spain. That was it, and I had no money, and I needed money for the next few days or so. So there are clinics in Spain, or there were, where you can go and you can sell your blood. Well, you don't sell your blood as such. They borrow your blood. They'll take a liter of blood out of you, and then they take it away and they spin it, and they keep the plasma. Is it plasma? Yeah, and you get the rest back.
That sounds like a crappy deal. You need your plasma.
Well, no, that's all they're interested in is the plasma out your blood. So and they give you the rest back, and then they paid you, and it was a reasonable amount of money at the time, But the experience was absolutely dreadful. They had the bags, real like heavy duty bags with the blood in, and when they came to put it back, they put this big fucking looked like a really well used fucking needle into my arm. And taped it down, and then plugged the other end into this bag that's hanging on one of those little frames. But it's in a it's like two square pieces of wood, about this big. Each one's about this big, and it's hinged down this side, and on this side there's a fucking a threaded piece of threaded bar and a big fucking wing nut. And what they did, they hung the thing up inside and closed this thing on the bag, flicked the bar across, and tightened it down with the fucking wing nut. And all my fucking veins were going like bzzz. It was like somebody was pumping electricity through them, because the idea is to get you in and out as quickly as possible. You know what I mean? So she'd just come past every couple of minutes, have a look at it, wind it up a couple of fucking threads, and I'd be going, "Oh my gosh!" Like it was coming out the top of my head. So really weird. And I couldn't speak Spanish at all then either. It was really. I couldn't even tell them I wasn't enjoying this.
We're funny, aren't we? I was just realizing how we got to this conversation, and we went. It went in this order: Fred, Bob, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Injections I once had in Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then we're fucking. You've got undiagnosed ADHD, Dad. You're where I get it from. I know it.
Absolutely must be. Absolutely must have.
Right then, let's bring this ADHD train back to the tracks.
I keep on telling you that.
He's not with it.
Do you know what I'm going to say? I think Bob had a point. Nick Tenconi is a fucking prick. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. That was true. But also, he had another good point here today. I think that we've looked at these videos out of order. So I think that after this event, where people in that side are also kicking off at Bob, that he's basically been chucked out of there, isn't he? And that's how he's found his way into the middle. Am I understanding that right? Do you think that we've watched these videos in the wrong view, and that maybe he did have some point where, you know, regardless
I don't
of why,
honestly know. You know, I tell you what though, these guys with these guys carrying these crosses, these are the guys to what this is the danger within. I'm telling you, that's all I'm going to say about that at the moment. But they are, as far as I'm aware, the danger within. Yes,
they are anti-Christian with their crosses.
Yes.
Do you know what? It came up in Discord earlier. We had there was a chat happening, and someone was like, or maybe yesterday, they were saying, like, is there like loads of pallets nearby? Like, where are they getting the wood for these crosses? Like,
for the what?
Like, where is it? Like, is there like a bunch of pallets nearby or something? Like, why the fuck are all these crosses just suddenly appearing? Like, and these people have
been
never
making them in the shed, haven't they?
Yeah, some racist dude works admin at a factory, right? And then they're trying to get rid of all their pallets, and he's like, "I've got an idea."
Aye, with the cross of Jesus.
I told you that before, but none of you would listen. I've been trying to tell every single officer that the security guards don't want me, and they threatened to get me.
Okay, this might be after that event, and it's hard to piece this together.
So, I mean, the way he's framing it now, there's no place for him here, is there?
No, he probably
they
should.
Don't want him. Lovely ladies and gentlemen of who are anti-fascist, they don't want him. Well, they would like him probably on a sandwich, I would imagine. And the other guys don't want him, and he's no business being in the middle. So he should go home. They should tell him to go home. Go home, you silly little boy. Like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they pretty much do as well. They're like, we're fucking sick of you. We are sick of you, mate. But yeah, Liverpool was a good day today. Let's have a look.
Well, what are you doing with yourself then?
Filming both sides. Yes, because officers pushed me. I've got officers telling me I'm part of UKIP.
Affiliation with one side.
I'm not. I have written articles.
There you go. Right.
I
So
have written articles. I mean, who's going to listen to that, for goodness sake?
Yeah.
I have written articles. What do you sound
I
like?
just want to point this out as well. So what he's doing isn't journalism. It's not journalism. Journalism is where you're recording events, and then you pass those events over. You maybe write about those events, whatever, and it tries to remain impartial as anything.
Gone there again.
Sorry, Dad. I don't know if it's my
carry on. Do carry on. I'm sorry, I was mumbling. Carry on.
No, sorry, mate. No, you feel free to chip in. I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't quite hear you. That was my mistake.
Yeah, no, I was just saying. What he's doing is not journalism. He's an activist. Just accept it and move on.
Yeah, and we're not going to keep having those conversations, those basic ones, and going back over. I'm sure everybody already knows, but what he's doing is activism. He is an activist. He is part of that crowd. Would you like when he turns up? Does he turn up by himself, or does he get in a car with like Nick Tanconi, with like all these other far right people? They all turn up at the same time to the same event. They're all pally associates of each other with Turning Point and everything. That is a direct association with Nick Tanconi and Young Bob and everything else. Like there is no two ways around it. He is largely affiliated and a part of one group. He's an activist for one side. Just because that side doesn't like him doesn't mean that he has to be everybody else's problem or the police's problem. It means that he's not wanted and he could just probably go somewhere else.
Can someone else explain to Chief what?
One last one. He's live recording events. How is that not journalism? So what he's doing is exactly what you've just said. Live recording events. So there is a difference between a journalist and, say, a blogger. There is a difference between a journalist and an activist. There is a difference between a journalist and anybody that operates the right. Do you know the YouTube live function and the Facebook live function, right? That just by hitting that does not mean that you are right. Okay, fuck's sake, this guy, right? You're gonna have to chill out now, dude. Nobody said that. I did not say journalism is just recording events. And to be honest, I was
That's
going on to
reporting.
say that it's about
That's just
about a
reporting.
code of ethics, it's about a code of conduct, it's about a code of practice, it's all of those things. It's about oversights, it's about impartiality, it's about imparting news to people, and that's it.
In a way,
That's pretty much it. It's about imparting news to people.
yeah, in an unbiased fucking manner.
Well, if
so
I did say
people
that,
can-
I'd certainly take it back, and I refer you to what I've just said just now. Journalism
Yeah.
is not simply just recording events. That is not it. That's vlogging. You're making a video, and when you're talking over it and you're adding your own commentary, your own political beliefs, and your own everything else. Also, journalists don't sit at a table and say, debate me. Journalists don't work for Talking Point and go on to other shows to then discuss their political ideologies. That's not what journalism is. That's what activism is. Here you go. So journalism is the professional practice of gathering, assessing, creating and presenting news, information and features to the public. But there is also the impartiality thing there. There's all that other stuff. Journalism doesn't have to be unbiased. It does. Otherwise, you're not a journalist. That's not what that is.
Chief
No.
dope.
That's the difference between like your activists.
Chuck him off.
Yeah.
Chuck him off. I was fed up with him.
One
up
last
to you
one.
guys.
Last one. Journalists ask questions. Do you know what? My niece asks questions. She's not a journalist. In his own way, I guess my dog asks questions. He's like, "Hey, can you help me out for a week?"
I don't
No.
tish.
He's not a journalist.
So
I'm asking questions, right? I'm going to ask this of you. Is this question going to make me a journalist? No. It's not how that works. Right then, back to the video.
Publicly condemning. I can't film. What are you doing? I can film you. All you're doing is
She had absolutely no fucking right to touch his camera then. None at all. She can move him on. She can do all that other stuff. She's overstepping here.
condemning. I can't film. What are you doing? I can film you. All you're doing is committing a crime. What you're doing is committing a crime. I can film.
He's annoyed about, isn't it? Not the camera, the stick. She says.
Yeah, and I get, if she's just trying to obviously now she's moving him on, but she went for his camera there, and you can't do that. You just can't. Fuck you. You're not allowed to do that. That's no. See, this is the problem now. Auditing has gone so far removed from what it is that there is now nobody there that's overstepping authority like that. It's just far right activists, isn't it?
Yeah. Speaking of, man, look at that copper there. Look, how does he pass fitness tests? How does a man like that even run?
I don't know. I saw a video of who was it being chased away? Was it Ned? We saw that video of Ned being chased away by a bloke that was built like that. He moved real quick.
Oh,
Ned was terrified, running away.
Yeah, no, look at the size of it. Goodness me.
Right then, let's have back over here. Like everybody else is on high alert, proper stress. This dude's like, oh, another day at the office, eh?
Yeah, he's thinking cake.
Public space.
You can, but I do not want a stick held in my face when there's been disorder.
Time to go down there.
What, down there? Yeah, so I can die. Yeah, fantastic.
He's not with him. Go over here.
Oh.
He's had to take it by the hand. Bless him.
Just grab him, take him out. He's got no business being there. He's just making the police's job harder for them. He's not just an innocent, impartial journalist as he claims to be. He's not some independent media guy. It's just a dude with a camera. And I'm sorry, but if
he's
you
been
don't understand the
groomed by the
difference
right
between
wing.
trade journalism and holding a camera, then
We watched Bob being groomed right from the beginning, didn't we? Remember they were all calling him, "Here's young Bob." Ha ha. Yeah. He's
absolutely, and he's loaded out with his talking points, going and having
he's
fun.
been bigged up and bigged up and bigged up, doesn't he? And now it's this is what they've created, as somebody pointed out.
The MKR thing was quite interesting. She did a stream. What was it? What did it say now? It was like suspected suicide bomber and this, that, and the other. Like it's just, do you know what? Let me go onto YouTube. We'll have a look together.
Tra la la la. Ding ding.
Tube US YouTube right now. We're looking for MKR TV.
I promised myself I'd do my 3D printer this evening, but it'll do. Another day. Another day.
Yeah. Suspected suicide bomber. That is,
Oh, mate.
surprised
Yeah,
to know
okay.
that isn't the truth.
Suspected.
Like at all. Like these
Fella in a what do they call them? Sweatshirt? No. What do they call those shirts? Tops he was wearing.
I've
He
got
was
no
wearing
idea.
a top that they train in. It adds weight.
Oh, that I mean, yeah. It was just a weighted vest.
A weighted vest. That's it. And he was genuinely. I think he had a skipping rope with him, and he was doing a bit of skipping and stuff. So he was.
Just fucking exercising in the
He
park.
wasn't a suspect of anything, was he? Except for maybe he wasn't very good at skipping. I don't know. I wasn't there.
No. I think that police were called, right? So someone phoned the police, probably one of these fucking idiots, just to drum up some drama, seeing as though they were completely outnumbered. But so since then, she's not changed the title or anything like that. You know, she's made other videos, she's done other streams and other stuff since then. Is she changing it from, oh no, it was a dude and a thingy? No, it's suspected suicide bomber in Salford. If you're just like scrolling through, like, you know what I mean, you're going through some of this content, like, and you see shit like that, like, they're doing it on purpose. The reason is because they're trying to paint out a particular type of people to be a certain type of enemy. It's always been the case.
Absolutely. Yum yum. Orange and mango juice.
But yeah. But with all the content strikes that are happening recently, I don't think we're gonna bother watching any of this stuff at the moment. I'll get some proper stuff. I want to do some recorded videos and things for a lot of these people, especially like these new up and comers, like the MKRs, the English Neds. It'd be great to sit down, have a whole thing planned out, and we'll record it all at your place or something, Dad. And yeah, we'll have a good laugh doing it. But yeah.
Okay. If you like. We could do that. So yeah, what's happening?
I do, and we should do that. But that's MKR. She's out there pretending that there's fucking potential suicide bombers roaming the streets.
That's just
like, no, silly. MKR. That's not true.
That's just silly.
All right, let me have a look at. We've got some interesting links. That young Bob thing made me laugh, though. Fair dues. Like, wait a minute, you're treating me exactly the way, you know, as though I behave in a certain way. Yes.
She said he was suspected SB. That's why snipers turned it. Who suspected him of being that? I mean, who would say that?
Who? What?
I mean, this guy that was. You know, the guy in the thingy vest.
Oh, yeah.
Him. Who would report him as a suspected SB? It's just, where are people's minds? Why are people so terrified now? It's because of what this
there is a lot of
right wing have been doing.
There is a lot of reasons. And so when we see we looked at the documentary, for example, that was done by Channel 4 about auditors in general, specifically talking about, they did a lot about AY and stuff. There was a man, I can't remember what his job was, but he worked for the Institute of Strategic Dialogue. And he was saying in pretty much no uncertain terms at all that there is a correlation between the rise of these guys and a spike in hate speech and stuff. It's because what they'd like to do is they like to frame certain events, certain people, certain groups as threats, and they like to hype up the tensions, whip up division, because it's an earner for them. If everybody, like, let's pretend now that there was no fascists in the UK, there was no racists, bigots. There wasn't a problem with, like we see now with this, like the asylum hotel protests and all that stuff. If that wasn't a thing and everyone was just cracking on and carrying on, if we had economic stability and everyone was able to just carry on with working and, get a decent wage for it and live a decent life, these people simply wouldn't have channels. But they can get hundreds of thousands of viewers and tens of millions of views combined because there is division, because people are afraid, because people are ignorant. And it's that they're exploiting ignorance. They're exploiting fear.
Fear. Yeah, exploiting fear, absolutely.
And they're cashing in on it as well.
Yeah, it's horrible to say, frightening your own fucking people so that you can have a few bob in your pocket. It's a bit fucking naughty. At least a bit naughty. I don't know. Kids of today, eh? I used to be a kid of
Someone
today.
says, if Rupert Lowe, Ostrich Gemini. This is, and with the account called Luke, I think this is based, Luke. I think.
Rupert Lowe becomes Prime Minister, I'd emigrate the country if I was able to.
Emigrate the whole country? We're just taking it and going somewhere?
I think he
Where
means
we
leave the country. I think he means leave. He would leave. He would emigrate if he was able to. She.
All right.
So
I'll take
if
it.
Rupert Lowe becomes Prime Minister, I'd emigrate if I was able to. No, I'm not Luke. I'm myself.
Well, hello, myself. I'm Dad. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So that Lowe guy, I mean, surely people are going to catch on to him before there's any election. The man's a fucking... he'd do so much damage to the country, he would.
We were listening to him during an interview that he was given a while ago, weren't we? And he was saying about it because he's almost laser focused on grooming gangs, and that's his big thing that he's got going at the moment. He's fixated on this grooming gang thing, specifically Pakistani grooming gangs. Sorry, and he was told during a conversation, he was fact checked. He said, "Well, 95% of the grooming gangs happen to be Muslim." Or Pakistani, one of them. I can't remember which one because he says both. They're exchangeable for people like that.
Okay.
He was then told that of the there's like 200 and something odd that were white people. There was also about 20 odd that weren't. So that's not true. We're looking at up to 8, 9, 10 times higher than the numbers that you're giving, and you're wrong. And do you know how he responded to that? He moved on. He just moved right on.
Is he really?
You can tell already, that guy. Oh, God,
Wow.
slimy.
He is, yeah, he's a horrible geezer. Yes, Michael says not going to happen. Restore have no chance. We've got Restore, fucking Read whatever, something else. I can't remember what they're called now. Restore, React, fucking Read,
Restore,
realign.
React, deport, exterminate.
Okay.
That is where it goes for me. It's these. Anyways, there's reform, advance, restore, UKIP. I believe someone tried to tell me that Lawrence Forrest, but I think they were just trying to make me, trying to get to me.
So, Ostrich says you can call me Ozzy or Ostrich for short. It's my new weird nickname. Okay, good to meet you, Ozzy. Welcome. Pull up a chair. Yes, keep splitting that vote, dummies. That's exactly what they're doing, isn't it, Jim? So yeah, we have a laugh. We have a bit of a poke at politics. Well, if you've looked in before, you'll probably know. We'll poke fun at anybody, really. Pretty much anybody, including you, young man. What you doing?
Me, I'll fight. Let's go.
Let's go. We'll have an
Let's go. I'm just gonna have a quick little look now. Some of the news stories. Oh, let me write that properly.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum.
Well,
what?
I'm just having a look now. So we're going to bring this up now. Also, I want to talk about Robert Mueller and Donald Trump. Trump's been trumping again. Let's have a look here. So this is the standard. British base on Cyprus won't be used for Iran missile attack. The PM assures the Cypriot president. Sir Keir Starmer has spoken to the Cypriot president, Nikos Christodoulidis.
Christo
Dooley days.
Dooley days. Yeah, Christo Dooley days.
Christo Dooley days. Okay.
I don't
Jim, help.
Yeah, about the latest developments in the Iran war. Yes. Want me to read it?
Yes, please, Father.
So, a British RAF base in Cyprus, which was hit by a drone at the beginning of the Iran war, will not be used. And although I still think Israel fired it as in an effort to drag America into the war and stuff, hit by a drone at the beginning of the war will not be used by the US to retaliate against Iran's missile sites. The UK Prime Minister has told a Cypriot counterpart who was playing holy fuck about it. In an extraordinary phone call today, Sir Keir Starmer told the president of Cyprus, Nikos Christodoulidis, whatever.
Wait.
RAF Akrotiri is not among the sites Britain intends to allow the US to launch strikes. Sorry. So this comes hours after Iran targeted what? What you saying?
Oh no, well, I was just going to take over for a second. I thought we could do a little. We'll do a little back and forth. Why not? So it comes hours after Iran targeted the joint US-UK Diego Garcia base in the Indian Ocean. During today's call, Mr. Christodoulidis. I need to come back to StreamYard so I can see what he's written. Christodoulidis. Yeah, there you go. Christodoulidis. Fuck, I'm so bad at this. Urged Keir Starmer to enter a discussion about the future of the British bases on the island.
A Downing Street source said the Prime Minister began by underscoring that as close partners and friends, Cyprus's security was of utmost importance to the UK. The Prime Minister reiterated that RAF Akrotiri would not be involved in the UK's continuation of its agreement with the US to use UK bases in collective self-defense of the region, including for the degrading of Iranian missile capabilities. How they fucking get away with this, I don't know. But there you go.
I think okay. Right. So because there's a conflict between Iran and Israel, when talking about one, it's just the fact that they both begin with it's the I sound, it's the I at the beginning. Israel, Iran. I mix them up. So it wasn't Israel that fired. Fuck's sake.
But Diego Garcia is an important fucking airbase. So it's in the middle of Buttfoot Pacific, in the middle of nowhere, and it's absolutely vital, for. Especially if you've got a war on, to be able to use it as to refuel.
This is why Trump was so
safe place, somewhere to land in an emergency, for all those reasons. What are you saying there?
Do you think then, because is that why Trump was so publicly arsey about the UK giving up the Chagos Islands, doing a deal with it and stuff?
Do you know, I don't understand the Chagos Islands deal. I never really looked into it.
Neither have I. So, discussing the economic impact of the ongoing conflict, the leaders agreed that de-escalation in the region was the priority. The leaders agreed to stay in close touch. Iran's launched 2 ballistic missiles at Diego Garcia base. Iran's launch of 2 ballistic missiles at the Diego Garcia base has led to a dramatic escalation of tensions, US officials have said. Yeah, Dad.
The missiles fired towards the joint US-UK military facility in the Chagos Islands both failed to hit their target. One is believed to have been intercepted by a US warship, while the other did not complete its flight. The strike marks the first time Tehran has deployed intermediate-range ballistic missiles in the conflict, weapons capable of traveling far greater distances, and signals a significant step up in the confrontation. Military analysts say the attempted strike on Diego Garcia, roughly 3,800 kilometers from Iran. So yes, there was... could no longer, but I would have misspoken, Chief, if I'd said that there was Israel fired at Diego Garcia. That was a misspeak. You're quite right, Jim. Military analysts say that the attempted strike on Diego Garcia, roughly 3,800 kilometers from Iran, could point to a longer range capability than previously assessed. If confirmed, the strike would signal a capability that extends well beyond the Gulf, with Paris in range and London no longer comfortably out of reach. So how about that, guys? That fucking war is on its way. Iran just fired 2 missiles. Yeah, Harry Fletcher says fired 2 missiles at a target 4,000 kilometers away. London is 4,400 kilometers from Tehran. Tell me, this guy's saying, tell me Iran's not a threat to the world. Maybe we shouldn't start fucking doing all this shit to people.
Paris, Rome, Vienna, and Berlin are closer. So yeah, this is the news from the OSINT defender. According to Wall Street Journal, citing multiple US officials, Iran has targeted the US-UK base at Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean with 2 intermediate-range ballistic missiles, IRBM. According to the report, one missile
I did
failed.
say that one. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, failed in a flight, while the other was, and then we didn't get to see the rest of that. But yeah,
the other one was brought down by a ship, apparently. The attempted attack came as Iran's foreign minister, Abbas Araghchi, issued a warning to the UK, accusing Starmer of putting British lives at risk by allowing US forces to operate from British bases. At the time of his remarks, it had not been made public that missiles had been fired towards Diego Garcia. So what does the panel think? Not the panel, the chat. Is Starmer doing the right move here by allowing the Americans to use, because what's happening is happening. Should Starmer refuse the Americans the use of all our bases? The use of them only in an emergency, or should they just, should they full on allow the Americans to operate from our bases?
it's tough, isn't it? It's so tough because Starmer's got a tough choice. We want to hear what you guys got to say as well, by the way. But yeah, it's a really tough choice because if you anger America, that could push us into recession. All they need to do, they're a tariff away from dropping us into recession and people suffering more. So Starmer's got that to contend with. So he's got to appease America somehow because we don't have the insulation of Europe anymore. So, we're very prone to when these fucking crazy, like authoritarian figures decide to throw their toys out the pram. It's us that it lands on. And so, it's quite scary. On the other side of things, he's got to appease America, but also he really doesn't want to drag us into another forever war in the Middle East. So he's trying to play both worlds, isn't he?
Yes, he's playing a dangerous game, isn't he? He's been trying to get us into a fucking war for ages, Starmer. He's been trying to get us into the war against Russia, and now this has popped up. He's gone, ooh, this looks easier. Let's get in on this.
Again, with the Russia stuff, I think that Starmer's hand's been forced by Trump again with that sort of shit because, they were like, listen, Europe has to do that, regardless of X, Y, and Z, you're going to be doing most of it. We'll just, negotiate here and there and glaze up Putin whenever we want. It's fucking crazy.
It is crazy. Fucking crazy. Meanwhile, round the back, Trump has lifted the sanctions on Russia's fuel.
For some, yeah, he has. Yeah, he's
fucking let that continue. So yeah, we wouldn't want the wars running down, for the sake of a bit of oil, would we? So they've lifted the fucking sanctions on the import of fuel for Russia. It's fucking madness. People
they've done, don't you?
Every day for this shit. It's weird, isn't it? Crazy times. Yeah. So let me see.
Let's have a look at the chat. What's there?
Right, I'll just square this away with yes, I did say this.
Did you? I missed that.
Chief, I did say that Iran fired at Cyprus as a false flag. Absolutely, and I believe it 100%. So there you go. You can call it conspiracy nonsense if you like. That's
Yeah, we
fine.
can talk. I just want to say as well, you know, because we have to. Disclaimer: that isn't the current narrative. That's also not been proven either way at all. And you meant Israel, not Iran.
Yeah, no, that
Um,
yes, that comes from a far greater power.
No. Yeah, I don't necessarily subscribe to that either. We've got different opinions on a lot of things, but yeah, this is one of those things. I think that, you know, Iran absolutely have those capabilities and they're flexing those capabilities because, you know, they've been illegally attacked, and so they're doing what countries do that are attacked. They'll attack bases and things around them, try and remove the stability of the region and stuff, because obviously if in order for these things to happen, in order for a successful attack on Iran, like a short, quick in and out, 20-minute adventure. Do you know what I mean? In order for that to happen, to quote Rick and Morty, they need to have a significant presence in the region. They need those bases working. They need all that stuff. So Iran is disrupting their power reach. You know, that's what they're doing. I don't think that it's a false flag attack. I really don't. But I will say that it's
yes,
all of the actors involved, including Iran. You can't fucking trust or believe any of them. Do you think we like Iran, Russia, America, Israel? Like, they're all like, these people are all the dodgiest people going. So 1 minute while Iran are turning off the tap in the Strait of Hormuz, Donald Trump is now we've got Russian oil back on the menu. Do you know what I mean?
I guess who's the only people suffering in this whole thing are the civilians, the poor people again. They're the ones that are going to suffer. They're the ones that are not going to be able to fucking afford the fucking transport or fucking food or fucking fuel. Everybody else, all those people involved in making the war, they'll do fine. I probably don't even know what paying a bill entails. Chaps and chapesses doing it for them. It just grips my shit. Here we are in a fucking, it's almost practically for a world war now, isn't it? Practically a world war. We're so on the cusp. Yeah, and people just getting fat on it. It's fucking amazing. Fucking amazing.
Your daughter today was part of a queue. One of the local petrol stations was a little bit cheaper than the others. So there's a queue of people there coming to get fuel and stuff. Like, prices are going up. People are noticing it, and luckily for people like myself who depend on fuel for heat, I use fuel as a heat source, so that directly affects me. Luckily, we're getting towards summer now, so it ain't going to be so bad for my heating costs. However, people still got to drive. The country's still got to operate. Businesses still got to be able to do stuff. Lots of people do.
Food's still got to be delivered by rail, road, and aircraft. They're all using it's all using fuel.
The country's infrastructure is largely on four wheels for the most part. Yes. Everything up and down all the time runs on fuel. It's vital to modern life.
It's a shame the old train system got taken down as much as it did. Which was well worth saving the railway system that we used to have. So we all had a local fucking train station. Even saying, the road here, there was a
so I think I've got someone at my door. I'll be right back.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, Ostrich says if America and anyone that's just if America and anyone else involved in the war goes against international law, then the war should be stopped or restricted unless there's any other good evidence, obviously. So the thing is, this whole war is illegal, isn't it, Ostrich? America, Trump didn't go to Congress. He didn't take any of the right moves, the legal moves to take America into a war. But there they are. So, the whole bloody thing's illegal. So where do you start?
Where do you start? And more illegal wars in Iraq, like after everything that happened the first bunch of times, when it's difficult. Like we're seeing in the chat here. So we asked the question before about what people should do, and yeah, get ready for fuel rationing. That builds on what we were saying before, 100%. Calling it a false flag is conspiracy nonsense. Yeah, maybe. Do you know what? Yeah, yeah. It's thinking, out loud.
It's not
the
conspiracy, Ming Mong. Well, I don't. I believe it, and I believe it to be not conspiracy, Ming Mong. So, shove it up your bum.
I can't
is
see
it
situations
cheap to
for a long
send you a
time
beer,
without
or-
trying to appear negative, just being realistic. But to be
Oh,
fair,
that's
as Jim
Charlie's
says,
deal.
sometimes there just isn't a positive. Yeah, war is a money-making machine for the elite. That's obviously true. Disaster capitalists and people that own these fucking shares in weapons firms and everything else, they make a fucking fortune.
They do.
Western media has been hopelessly trying to manufacture our consent for this war, but to no avail. Our fingers are still sore from burning them in Iraq and Afghanistan. Like, let's not. I mean, our apron is bloody enough. Let's not do this.
So, Chief says.
Sorry, I was going through. Sorry, Dad.
She said if Iran doesn't let fertilizer out soon, then a lot of the third world will go hungry. Iran isn't restricting its own boats, is it? Its own shipping. Its own. Remember what they said? We will. Our own stuff and our friends are okay, but we won't allow our enemies to pass.
Where did they go to? I was reading an article that 90
China
ships,
and Russia, maybe.
possibly, that 90 ships have passed the Strait of Hormuz with Iranian oil going to the destination.
Yeah, they're selling. I mean, they're getting rid of their own stuff as well.
Yeah,
there isn't.
they're mining it as well,
On buying it because they seem to be selling it.
This is going to be a big problem for a very long time. They're mining the Strait of Hormuz. I'm sure there was incidents with vessels in the Strait. I think it might have been American, could have been Israeli. I'm not too sure, but vessels that were in the waters, anyways. They were coming across ships that were trying to mine the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know if they were
mines are not what they used to be either. Iran has mines now that will sit for weeks at the bottom waiting for the ship to pass over, and then they'll rise slowly, attach themselves to the ship or get right underneath it, and off they go. Well, they go to the noisiest part of the ship, don't they, and then blow that up. So they've got some real fearsome shit, as well as dumb mines, but yeah, they've got all kinds of fucking. Everything's been updated, hasn't it? Mines, fucking tanks, everything's been updated recently. It seems in warfare, everything's gone smart. Every missile can be put through somebody's letterbox. Every mine can hug the bottom of the boat. They have become so efficient, haven't they? Weapons, terrifying, but they're still killing far more people than they intend to, or they're still killing far too many women and children when it's, that's not who they're after. The trouble with the way they use these smart missiles is America. We could put this through the letterbox, so we will. We could put this. Gosh, we could drop one of these missiles next door to a girls' school, so we will. Do you know what I mean?
Tomahawk in America with their tomahawks, eh?
Fucking tomahawks, yeah.
Chief says as well here that
tomahawks.
Yeah, nothing confirmed about mines yet, but separately to that, what I wanted to address was can Iran's mines tell the difference between enemy or friendly boats? No, they fucking can't.
I would say no, but I'd say the Iranians will have a map.
They'll have routes and abilities. That's how stuff's getting out. But this is still going to be a problem. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is the point I was originally trying to make when I talked about the mining of the Strait of Hormuz, was that this will be a problem now that is going to be felt for a long time because of things like that. This is going to be, there is no short answer to this. Be prepared for the long haul. Although I did hear that America was saying he was going to wind down. But last week he said he won. And then the same day he was like, well, everyone's saying that we're winning.
I suspect Trump is going to declare victory and walk away from the strait and go, we don't get oil through there anyway. it's your fucking problem. That you can sort it out. I absolutely think he may do that, and just just literally walk away from the Gulf. So if you're not going to let us through, fuck it. We don't get oil from there, so why should we care? He's that kind of a guy, I'm afraid. There's a prediction. Anyone agree? Disagree? I did see that F-35 coming down, Jim. Yeah. And now they've got the heat signature of an F-35 and all that stuff, don't they? But I believe it might have been optical. The missile that took it down.
USAF F-35 lands after taking fire over Iran. Pilot Stable by Chris Gordon and Stephen Luzzi. Audio of this article is brought to you by the Air and Space Forces Association, honoring and supporting our airmen, guardians, and their families. Find out more at afa.org. An Air Force F-35A fighter was forced to conduct an emergency landing at a U.S. airbase after being struck by ground fire during a combat mission over Iran on March 19th. People familiar with the matter told Air and Space Forces magazine. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps posted a video the same day purporting to show an F-35 being targeted and struck by an Iranian air defense system. Iran has developed air defense systems that can use passive infrared sensors rather than radar to target aircraft. A solution that previously proved effective in Yemen when employed by Iranian-supported Houthi
Passive
rebels.
infrared. So I was wrong about the optical thing then. Passive infrared. Okay. So that's
Yeah,
why
I mean,
that explains why that plane wasn't jinking about, although it should have been, because it was in theatre. That thing still applies. You should never fly straight and level for longer than a couple of seconds, ever. That still applies, and it's applied since the First World War. But that plane was fucking flying good and steady, wasn't it, when that missile hit it? They wouldn't have told, if it was passive infrared, they wouldn't have known it was coming, because it's not sending out any signals. Being passive, it's just reading the temperatures differences.
absolutely. This is fucking. It is crazy though, isn't it? How like the F-35s are getting fucking shut off and that. Like,
The stealthy F-35 evades raid.
That Iran has said that any country that expels American and Israeli ambassadors has free movement through it. So that's pissed on our chips, hasn't it? We'll never fucking get through there until Iran says so.
we just don't want none of this. We just don't want war. We absolutely don't want war. And that's, I can't be any more clear about that. War is not the answer. It's not helping anybody. It's not doing anything for for us, the people. It's not. And I'm all for regime change. I'm all for supporting the people.
Hey, listen, it's just a little excursion. That's what Mr. Trump said. No, it's just a little excursion. Don't get worked up about it. It's fucking crazy, isn't he? Fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Little excursion.
Well, Dad, I think
What's that,
arm wrestle. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'll flip it. If you're lucky, I haven't got a headset. I'd smash your chops with it.
What are you tinkering with at the moment? Wait 1 second. Before you tell us what you're doing, let me do something quickly before we say goodbye. We can do this thing. Wait for it. Oh, god damn it! Why isn't it there?
He's shit with
Aha!
technology,
Aha!
It's just that. This is the business end. It's the hot end of the 3D printer for those who don't know. So it gets hot in here. There's heat in here. The filament, which looks like that. The filament goes in the top. Yeah, you can see where there's a little bit sticking out. Yeah, a little bit of red stuff sticking out there. Oops. So the filament goes in there, and it's melted inside, and then it's squirted out underneath through this 0.4 mil hole, although other sizes are available. It squirts it out at, and it stands like this, and this fan here cools as soon as the stuff comes out, and starts to get cooled with this fan here, and so yeah, this moves along, going spitting that stuff out, sticks to the other stuff that's already there, like that. This cools it to make sure it doesn't run away, and that's it. But this is just a really compact version. You can get all kinds of different types, but this is just a really compact version. Yes, it's going to print stuff.
It is. It's going to print the stuff.
Print stuff.
You know how it works,
It's
don't
fun
you?
games.
Magic.
Hello.
My dad is a witch. Burn him.
Dead. Why have the link open if you aren't accepting guests? This makes no sense. So, how about? No, I won't be rude. Oh, hello, sweetheart. Right, I'm gonna have to.
Perfect timing. Absolute perfect timing. We're wrapping up now
Oh,
anyway.
fantastic, nice one.
Hey, look at that puppy. Look at that puppy.
Peppy, hello, baby. You're right, sweetheart. Nice to see you.
Ha! Jim said if we don't have pictures or anything, then it's not real. So now it's real now.
What, that pup?
Yeah, puppies. They're real.
That's one of the pups. Yeah, there are two of those.
I'm not crazy. It's all
They're
in my
like
head.
sisters because they are sisters. They're
I told
beautiful,
you.
Jim. Beautiful dogs. I'm going to say love and peace. What
I'm
about
not.
you, young fella?
No, what I'm gonna do, right, Dad, is I'm gonna put a bang